Okay, welcome to a brief rundown of how the In Sound Mind demo speedrun is looking like. This is based off of my research in the past couple of days of the game, the things that I've found, the things that I think are good, you know. It's very subjective, but I'm making this so that people that want to run the demo before the game comes out just have a brief overview of the run and mechanics and stuff that I think are important. Off the bat, I don't get any pills in this run. I don't get any upgrades, nothing like that. I just whiz on past. The pistol I also don't get anymore. If you think the pistol for your runs you need it, feel free to grab it. I won't be going over that. You can just ask me how to get it or what the faster way is, because I did find a way. And this game does use some movement tech, so I'll explain that later, but just know that I have this keyboard in the bottom right so that you can watch. And currently, there's also long loading screens. We haven't got a loader mover or an auto split or anything like that, so it's all manual, and the load times might vary, but you know, this is a new game, so there's not really that much demand for it. Hopefully we'll get that for the full game later, or for the demo at some point, but it's hard, so we're not exactly there yet. But yeah, so time starts for this when you gain control of your character. That's after this loading screen. That's after the first cutscene. That's just so, like, if we want to make a mod that'll speed up all this stuff later on, it won't mess with the existing runs. So yeah, time starts when we get control of the character, and yeah. So yeah, time starts soon after this cutscene. It'll come into this room, and then as soon as we get control of the character, we hit start. About there. Now, throughout this run, I'm just going to quickly describe the movement tech. Basically, when in this game, to sprint, you tap sprint, and you keep sprinting until you stop, right? Until you run into a wall or something, when you run out of sprint. Because in the bottom left, there's a stamina bar. Now, this is great and all, but that stamina bar runs out pretty quickly, so we need to find some way of elongating its lifespan. Because there are sections we have to run for a while, and we want to we don't want to walk very much. So to do that, you have to sprint jump. Sprint jumping is when you tap shift, and then while you're in the sprint state, jumping, and then just after you jump, tapping shift again. So it's basically shift, space, shift, right? And the reason we do this is because, well, here is what it looks like, is because you see how far we traveled? We traveled that far, but only used like a tiny bit of our meter. And that's because when we press shift the second time, it turns off the sprint mode, but we keep the momentum in the air. So that means we can traverse a lot further, using a lot less stamina. I don't know how to get that. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing the whole game. And there are some kind of quirks about this that'll come up later on, but that's the general gist of it. If you can do that, then you're going to be moving pretty fast. So yeah, a couple notes about it too is because sometimes you can get out of the rhythm. Oh yeah, the way you chain these is you do like a bunch of sprint jumps, one after another. So that's the movement. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, if you get out of rhythm, you might have to take a second to like get back in it. Like if I press shift again, I'll be out of sync. I'll need to like get my bearings straight. That'll also use a lot of stamina, so it's kind of risk reward type deal. But you'll get the hang of it. It'll take a while to get the hang of it, but you'll get there. So yeah, so to start this game off, just run out of this door, and you can just do that by going around. Oh, it's like up like this. And you can jump on the railings too. Side note is that you can jump across there from here, although it is it's not very consistent, and it's not worth the reset, especially since I can't seem to get it right now. Oh yeah, like that. Which, in theory, saves a bunch of time, but really, just going around here shouldn't take that long. So yeah, open the door. That's your F button, your use key. So here you can continue your sprint jumping, and if you're lucky, you can jump over that in your first sprint jump. Otherwise, you like hit the thing and then fall down and jump over it again. But then you crouch underneath this, and then as soon as you can, get up and do another jump. And then go around this corner. We're getting the flashlight from this room. And here I jump up onto this block from back there. Then I get up and crouch. Get the flashlight by spamming F. Jump down, and then sprint jump out of that. Now we're going to get the hallway key. And that involves turning that power thing on, going to the left here, and getting the key. Now we have to open up this door, and in this game, when we interact with items with other items, normally we can walk up and press F, and it'll bring up the thing. It'll bring up that menu, and then we can click something from there by scrolling, or we can have the key. We can have the menu up already by pressing Tab. We can pick the items, and then we can just interact with it first. So that is faster, but I normally forget to do that. So I just spam F on it, pick my item, and then continue with my day. So from here, we need the fuse to repair the elevator, because the elevator is going to come down, it's going to break. We'll need to go underneath there, put the fuse in, and then go up to the second floor. The fuse is on that machine right there. So we need to press this button first, and while it's coming down, we can get this fuse, then leave, and then we can get back here before the doors open, to not lose any time. So here you take out the fuse, and I would also just press Tab to do that. Again, it'll come down, this vent will open, you go through that, then shift jump around into the elevator, press floor 2, and then we're going up. Try not to get too scared when you see this guy. I know you'll shit your pants. Just be really careful. So now for this next part, we're getting the tape from our apartment and then going into our office and then playing it. So to do that first, we just need to sprint and jump all the way across, and you'll see back here we have the cat, we have the giant InSound Mind logo, we have 2 walls on either side. Now these walls will essentially, if we look away from them, they'll become the hallways. So we need to walk up here, and we need to be in such a point where both the hallways aren't visible. And when that happens, we can turn around and we can see, or you can see that they become the hallways. So just however you can do that, you'll get used to it. But yeah, you don't need to stand there for too long. So yeah, just shift jump into this room. Get the cassette that's sitting here, pick it up, turn around, all while doing the... Oh, see how I'm out of sync right now? Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Go into the office, stand about here, because this phone will go off. We'll want to interact with it as soon as possible, and then when it goes off, we'll be locked, talking to the guy. But luckily, when we're talking to him, we can walk out slowly. And if we walk out slowly, we can walk outside of a certain radius of the phone to break the cutscene. So like so. I'm walking out, and then it cancels it early. So here, I'd also like to pull up the tab menu again to put the cassette in fast, and then just press play. And now it's a cutscene until the door is openable. So yeah, I just stand here. I'd like to note that these windows here, that's where the hallway should be. But anyway, here, the door will become white, and then that's when you can open the door and then interact with this. Or not interact with it, walk into the light, and that'll bring you to this tape sequence. Now, in this tape sequence, our goal is to get to the door at the very end on that hill. And we'll want to be doing a lot of sprint jumps for this. The safe route, which I recommend if you're just starting to learn how to sprint jump and stuff, is to just follow the path. Follow the path tightly like you're a race car, and then get up to the end. Alternatively, you can make the jumps across to this island, and then I think, oh yeah, you just need to walk across here, and then try and make this jump. one thing to note is like this game's kind of funky in that if you're like on the edge of an object like these poles or these rocks, you can spam space and it'll like do a double jump, kind of. I don't know if I can show you. Once you get across, by the way, your checkpoint will be set. But, okay, if you want to see how that works, go back to when I jumped across here and you can see me like spam space and jump up. You'll need to do that for some of these jumps. Here you can jump across this island, or you can just go around. I think going around is much safer, and I think it's the line that you'll take anyways. Here, you want to jump to this island, I think. Just be wary that it's easy to fail those jumps, and also you get sent back quite a bit, so it's kind of reset heavy. Okay, make that jump, this jump, and then you'll make this jump. I think if you fall down there, it'll like teleport you up anyways, so that's fine. Holy shit, that was a jump and a half. But yeah, now you'll want to just do the sprint jumping up this hill, and because when you sprint jump, you land faster, your rhythm, where you're doing the shift space, the shift space shift, shift space shift over and over again, you'll want to do it a bit faster to keep up. So you can see I'm doing it a bit faster than I would normally. Open this door, walk into it. Oh yeah, by the way, that split was meant to happen when I walked into the door originally, like when I put the tape in and then walked it here. My eye split when the screen goes black after, but you can split whenever you like. After this, basically you want Tonya to spawn, the cat to spawn on this desk as soon as possible. So just look away for a bit, wait for the lights to turn on, and then you can turn around, and then she's there. She will then, well, you'll then talk to her. She'll drop the elevator button, and then you can pick it up.
Having a weird day. Everything okay with you?
Whenever she's ready. Sometimes when you pick items up, you can experience a lag spike, and that'll like, and that'll make it so that you turn more than you expect to. Just be careful with that; you'll get a feel for it. In this section, you're meant to just go back to the elevator, but this phone rings, and then the guy tells you, "Oh, then this thing spawns back here, and you're meant to like hide or something." You can just run straight through it. Put the elevator button on the door. You can do the same thing where you hold tab and then, you know, when you press tab and then you have the item selected already, but it doesn't really matter. Go back to the first floor. We're getting the cassette for Virginia's. Yeah, we're getting Virginia's tape. So we'll just turn left there and then go immediately to the end. When I come to this room, I like to hold left and walk forward, open the door, because like the door's right here on this side. Like that. And walk through, pick up the tape, turn around, open the door. That's simple. Sprint jump back. Press 2. And we're just going back to the office. And then we're playing the cassette. That's it. And I'm just going to stand here until it's ready. I'll try to split. Oh my god, I matched my PB on that split. Okay, so here it's similar to before. You just want to like go on the inside, and there are gaps in this area, like the Desmond tape. Except this one's pretty funky, and the tech's kind of new. So here, this jump is almost impossible using just the tech that we have already. But that double jump thing I mentioned is going to come in super handy right here. So you're going to want to jump across and like spam space on the pole or the area in front of the car. It's kind of inconsistent, and I'm not sure how it works exactly, but I'll just show some examples. Oh, never mind. If you fail that, come back here. Okay.
Was it a dream?
excuse me for this. But yeah. Oh fuck. Okay, see that? I just kind of spammed space on the water, and it... Like, in this area specifically, I spammed space on the water and, like, double jumped early. I don't really understand how that works. I'm gonna, like, get a checkpoint here or something. But yeah, that skips having to walk around this entire area, this entire U-turn. So you can see there, I spammed space and it, you know, did more. Oh my god, that was like the best example. I was standing on the side of that pole and I don't know. It's very unknown how this works at the moment. I think it's just falsely giving you a double jump when you're not allowed to have one, or you're jumping early. But, you know, other than that, come to the end here, go through the doors normal, and now we're gonna get mirror 1. Now, it's for mirrors 2 and 4. It's kind of hard to get the ghosts or the watchers to follow you sometimes, or to get lured. So just be wary of that. But 1, 3, and 5 are very consistent, so that's nice at least. 2 and 4 are kind of like the closest thing we have to RNG. We also have loading screens that are very long, so just keep that in mind. Load remover might be very handy, and we're able to get it. But yeah, you spawn here. You just want to turn left immediately. And when you're on this line, I think it is, right here, if you're looking at the door, it'll close. So I like to turn around and jump through this way. You can also just like sprint jump up to the door and then turn around and walk through like that, but it might be a bit slower. But once you're through here, you want to go through that aisle right there. Go through this door thing. Go underneath this door. Go around this little path. And when you walk up to this mirror and the singing starts, it'll start a little cutscene where the watcher will spawn from there and fly up towards you. Like that. And when she does that, like that's a set cutscene. She'll always do that if you walk up to the mirror. What I like to do is I like to look at the mirror. I like to spam F. And when she hits the mirror, I like to split. But more specifically, when she hits the mirror, I like to spam F so I can get the mirror shard as soon as possible. And this is the same with all the other mirrors too. But now our next step is to get the mirror that's located over there. Or, yeah, over there somewhere. So I like to turn around, turn left, break that one, come over here, break this one. And usually to get her attention as soon as possible, which involves finding her. Oh, there she is. And then once she's like in this state, and once she starts screaming "die" enough, that sort of thing, you can run to the mirror and then she'll hit it. And then you can spam F on this again to get the key early. This key is from mirror 3, which is the one above the this TV one. So when you get this mirror, go this way. Get at least the first chocolate here, because you need that to get the coin. But you can also, I like to get a couple of these. But after that, turn around, jump towards this register. Just scan that chocolate. You can see the keys that I pressed to do that. Pick up the coin, press tab, hover over the key, just to get the fast key insert. Open the door. Now at this part, it's kind of helpful if you got the pistol, if you're not like too used to the game, because I like to run past the mobs that spawn here and ignore them. But if you're not familiar with the game yet, you can probably die here, so just keep that in mind. You can also use the mirror shard as a melee weapon, so I recommend doing that if you need to. But yeah, just sprint jump over here. We want to go to the power room here, and you can hear the music change. It's because the mob spawned. Open the power room, flip that switch over, just the fourth one. Run past this guy. Go to the staff room. and we want to get the punch card that's in here. So what's going to happen is we're going to interact with this locker, turn around, and this mannequin will have the key for us, which is very... Did you just move? I don't know. But yeah, get the key from him, turn around, put the key in, get a punch card. He's giving you a thumbs up. Thanks, man. And we're going to leave. When you leave out here, it'll spawn 2 more mobs. So just be careful. You're going to want to insert the punch card into this thing, open the door, ignore them. When you walk through the door, they'll all die. So now when you're in here, this guy will be pointing at the vent. You might need to turn around and wait for him to... like, spawn. But basically, after you look at this for a while, I'm not really sure how it works. You might need to look at this for a little bit. I don't know what triggers it. But after a while, he'll do what he did and stand pointing up to this thing. That's because he wants you to, like, get on top of him and jump up. So, like, for example, let's say he was down here. He was pointing up, right? Or whatever. Let's say he was standing here. You got to look away. Look back, he'll be standing there like this, and then you can make these jumps. Do that however you want to. I'm not really sure how I want to do this yet, but I do something like this. Or like that. You're going to come over here, you're going to break this vent, and crawl through here. You might want to keep the flashlight on, but I like to, when I'm through here, I like to just eat food. Eating the chocolate gives you a speed up. I'm not sure if this is the best place to eat it, but that's what I do. You're going to want to pull out the mirror shard for the vents that you've got to break, and break them early as you're moving, so you don't have to slow down, to make sense. So see here, I'm going to break it really early so I don't have to like slow down that much. Same with this. Be careful not to hit the little metal things, because you can do that, so you want to hit that. As you fall through, we're going to get the fuse, we're going to put the fuse in the fuse box, we're going to press the switch, and then we're going to come back. So that involves going through here, breaking these, sprint jumping over here, getting the fuse, turning around, putting it in the fuse box, pressing the switch, and doing that will turn the TV on. Oh, fucked up my things there. So this one, the point is that she doesn't like being watched or something, so you have to like turn these eyes all facing her. And the more you do, the more scared or whatever she gets. These go in the order of, if you start from the middle, it goes middle, down, or sorry, middle, up, down, left, right, right? So middle, up, down, left, right. But you want them all to be facing her. So here it's left, right, up, down, left, right, or up, down, left, right, middle, right, middle, and then they're all looking at her, so she gets fucking mad. This is a minor cutscene. You want to wait for this TV to break. She'll spawn. You want to be in range of her so that she gets attacked or upset, and then split when she interacts with that. You don't need to do anything with the mirror there. You just need to get the fuse box. And once you get the fuse box, you want to go back to TV. As you're crawling through here, I'll pull up the coin. Put it in there. That's why we got the coin. So we can get the ignition key for the forklift for later. Now that we have the forklift key, we're going to come back through this way to where we started. Put the fuse in this door so it opens again. We're going to break this tape, and then she'll spawn somewhere, and then have to lure her back like Mirror 2. This is kind of consistent. I mean, yeah, look at this, right? As it's spinning, you can pick up the West Wing key. And then we're going to come through over here, put the key in this door, open the door as fast as possible. So here, when you walk up to this cart, it pushes it through the door. I have beaten this cart inside the door before, or at least I've gotten in before it closed, because when it goes through, it'll close it up. But just keep that in mind. You want to open the door, and then the cart is that one. You just want to jump over and get it as soon as possible. You can tell which one it is because of the little interact symbol. But we're going to come back this way, go to the freezer over here. That one had the brother doll, by the way. We need all 4 dolls of the family. That one had the brother doll, and this one has the mom doll in the freezer. After you get it, this guy will close the door on you. You'll have to get the key to get out. So to do that, you need to turn off this, which is the fan for the freezer. And if you keep looking your way at this thing, this mannequin will come to your rescue, and it will have the key. You need to turn the fan off so it can put its hands through. But then you can put the key in that door, open the door, and you want to come through this door that it opened. Again, 2 things will spawn here. You can walk past them here, close the door behind you if you don't want to mess with them. Otherwise, they'll come through. I mean, you can leave the door open, it's not a big deal. Put the key in the ignition. When that turns on, flick the lever. Then flick the lever again when you can. Go on this side, crouch underneath. And then here, there's a thing that I want to note. You can stand on this table and jump on this railing, if that's what you want to do. I think it's better now to just jump through here. So you want to jump through that first maze, and then you want to go to where this guy is. Just go behind him. Follow that little thing here. I recommend practicing by killing all the mobs there, and then, you know, learning the routes. But yeah, once you get through here, this is where the daughter is in the trash. Very funny. Come back through, and they all disappeared. Then you want to go through this way. Get the dad in the loading bay. Now we have all the dolls. We just have to go to the dollhouse and stuff. But yeah, come through here. Go this way. I mean, you'll figure it out. Just watch back what I'm doing, because I can't explain to you what this is. So the reason I brought up the jumping thing is because, well, it's knowledge what we have, but also might jump up here, come up to this area, break these things down, and go around this. But I don't know if that's slow or not. I think it is, so there's that. Open the door. These guys will still be out here. You're just gonna ignore them. As soon as you open this door, they'll go away. But now you're back here, so you can interact with this note, and then you can start putting the dolls in. So the brother goes in the attic. The daughter goes in the bathroom with the blood. The mom goes at the kitchen, and the dad goes in the front of the TV. And then this will open. You want to crouch through and walk through as soon as possible. And now we're upcoming on the final mirror. Here we need to collect all 5 of the blocks. So here's the first one. The T is next to this, next to the exit here. Then you want to jump down here, get the H, turn around, go through this way, get the A, I think. Then turn around here, get the D on this, and then come through here, break that balloon, and get the E. You can break that balloon and get the E as it falls, like, immediately. But now you have all 5 blocks. We're going to walk up here, and we're going to spell hated on these 5 things here. I do THADE because I can just, if I have my cursor on the top block, if I place it block down and then press tab again, my cursor will be on the next block, and we pick them up in the order THADE. So I just remember that order, and then I can just press spam tab and click on each of them in the order, which saves a lot of time. So here, after this happens, there's going to be like a slight loading symbol here, and then after the load symbol, or up top right, sorry, she'll spawn, and you have to look into the mirror the same way. This should be fairly clear. I fucked that up really badly, but bro, come on. It's not this bad in the runs. But yeah, it's kind of buggy. I find that it's best to like sit here-ish when you come back, because you're meant to like run up to this girl and then interact with her. I've run all the way up to here, and like it won't give me the option to interact, which is really weird. But yeah, I'll stand up here and click interact. Wait for this little cutscene to go on. After this cutscene is done, I'm going to run through the tunnel on the left. And yeah, now we're making a leave. There shouldn't be that much RNG left. Actually, there is no RNG, but we have one more killing jump. We come back to the tape area as before, and we're going to try to double jump again. Or alternatively, just walk around. I think here you can walk on to the edge of this car and you can just make the jump normally without doing a double jump. But do that however you like. It's exactly the same as before, except that you have the option of not doing a double jump. Just make sure that you sprint before you jump, because you'll surely die unless you get super lucky without it. My sprint jumps are fucked there. Yeah, now it's just like cutscenes and loading screens until the end. So we're gonna sit through the loading screen. I'll cut through it if I have to. When we come back, we want to make Tanya talk as soon as possible, because she'll just be sitting there on the couch. And to do that, I want to run to the book on the shelf on the right as soon as possible, and then run back and interact with the door. So here, I run back to the door, to this book, turn around, interact with the door, and then she'll say, "Desmond, darling," and that's when she spawns. You want to make sure that when you say "Who said that?" you're looking at the cat, because that'll trigger her next line. And then you wait for this text to go on. She'll say "Now sit," and then when she says "Now sit," you have to be like looking at the couch and spamming interact with it so that you sit down, because you have to wait for. So here, she won't say anything else until you sit. But that's it. Cutscene until the end.
Simply, you must keep your head about you and find a way back. I will help you as best as I possibly can. Now, concentrate. Who might have some answers?
I don't know.
Time stops when the screen goes black. Patience, Desmond. Patience and grace. Boom. There it is, time. And that's the demo. With all known tech that we have, I think. I briefly talked about double jumping and stuff, but that's because it's really new and I don't really know what it does. But yeah, that's it. That's the general route. Have fun running, and wishlist the game for when it comes out, I guess. Or buy the game. Yeah, alright.